this video, I'm going to show you how to manipulate the text. Had this been a student project, I probably would have expected them to have done all of this work in just a basic Google Doc, and then we would have transferred over the images once and the text once. So things that we notice right away, everything is lowercase. If I had brought this in as an image, I would not be able to change the text. But because it is text, I can go through and capitalize all of this. It is a poster that we are making after all. And then there's a lot of really cool features. Now, power shapes, a power shape starts off as a basic shape, but you'll notice there's another set of holes or of nodes inside, and all I do is I grab that inner one and I'm creating an inner layer. Well, in this case, it would actually print this entire box with it if I wanted that, but I don't. I'm going to do that later in one of my cut settings. Other things we can do. Over here, there's outline, and really I've only ever used the outline module here. Let's change it to like a red, and you can up that. The only problem with this is it's two separate images, and so it just created a text image behind the original text. If you wanted those to be linked together, you would just come up to Arrange, Group, and now it's a solid object that can be moved as a unit. We're using one color of vinyl, and so I don't want this two color print, and so we go back to that. The pencil icon allows you to do freehand, curves, polylines, all sorts of stuff like that. If you had a stylus on a tablet, this would probably be a useful thing, but as I'm using a mouse, this is way worse than my handwriting could ever be, so I don't use this very often. There are some clip art, corporate logos, and things like that that are embedded that you can always use, but we're going to be using the flag feature. So I'm going to highlight the text. And with the text highlighted, I could do things like this is a node modification. So like I can go in here, and if I zoom in where the cursor is, you can see all sorts of little nodes that I can play with. And if you were a lot more artistic than I am, that would probably be useful in manipulating the text. Here I'm going to show you like the flag feature allows us to take, and we can curve up using those nodes. We can do all sorts of stuff. The 2D makes it look like it's coming out of the page. The corner or the cylinder just adds shape to it. This is like a building shape. This would be more rounded. And then let's go with this arc feature. And so I'm going to bring this image down with the select tool. So that that would be there. And the arc feature, I want to flatten it out a little bit. And so I would expect the students to have done all of this work prior on their own machine, getting ready to print. And so this detail work would have been done in Google Docs and not here at the only machine that has this software installed.